girl's hot.
That's a guy.
That other guy's handsome.
That's a girl.
That cat is cute.
That's a dog.
Rachel Zegler is going bananas after finding out the Family Guy show decided to mock her and make fun of the fact that her Snow White movie was a flop.
What the hell? What's happened to us?
I don't know, but suddenly I feel all sweet and warm and fuzzy. It seems we're in a universe where everything is drawn by Disney.
Look, there's our house.
Look how gaily we run.
Rachel Zegler is fuming after Family Guy absolutely destroyed her absolute flop Snowhite movie. And y'all Family Guy might have just completely destroyed Disney in the process. But y'all Family Guy didn't just come out of nowhere to attack Rachel. Zegler just happened to be the perfect person for Family Guy to use to attack Disney, who just so happened to own Family Guy. So why would Family Guy seemingly go after the company that owns them? Well, the truth is far messier than you would think, and Rachel Zegler has found herself right in the middle of a corporate war, and she played right into the hands of the Family Guy team. Y'all better grab your popcorn because you don't want to miss a second of this.
Oh, you said we were going to a place Walt Disney built.
No, Peter, I said supported. By the way, don't go on the train ride.
Ooh, y'all. Just when we thought things couldn't get any worse for Rachel Zegler's Snow White flop, the downfall keeps spiraling. After that disastrous theatrical run, the mess is still unfolding like this bad remake nobody asked for. This movie was doomed before it even hit the theaters. Between the non-stop controversies from people dragging the depiction of the Seven Dwarfs, to backlash over casting Rachel Zegler actress as Snow White, to Zegler and Gal Gadot publicly clashing over their very different stances on Israel and Palestine, it's been chaos from day one. And that's without mentioning how Rachel kept shading the original Snow White like she was too good for it. Girl, read the room. Now, to make things even messier, the movie has now started getting trolled by Family Guy, and y'all, it's brutal. This Family Guy roast comes after Rachel Zegler's movie got review bombed across the internet. Critics slapped the movie with a weak 40% Rotten Tomatoes score, and that's them being nice. Not only that, despite the movie's staggering $250 million budget, it's only managed to make about $200 million globally, a whole month after its debut on March 21st. That's right, the movie hasn't even broken, even after all this time. Sure, technically, it's sitting at number 4 on the year's highest grossing list, behind Captain America, Brave New World, a Minecraft movie, and Neja 2. But let's keep it real. For a movie with this kind of budget and Disney's name slapped on it, this is a massive underperformance. They needed a smash hit, and instead they got, well, this. Now, with all this drama, it was no surprise after rumors started spreading about an upcoming Family Guy episode that is supposed to destroy Rachel Zegler and completely make fun of all the things she did in the lead up to this movie. Word on the street is that this episode is going to be brutal. So brutal that allegedly Rachel might be trying to get the episode canceled. You see, Rachel has somehow found herself in a very horrible position between Family Guy and Disney, and that's not a position someone who is having a horrible year like her wants to be in, because if y'all didn't know, the Family Guy team are not big fans of Disney. You see, back in 2019, Disney was making serious moves. They wanted to level up and take the company to the next level. Part of that move involved acquiring 21st Century Fox, which just so happened to be the company that owned the rights to Family Guy. Now, as soon as this move happened, Family Guy loathed it, and they have shown it ever since. As soon as the deal was announced, Family Guy announced an episode dedicated to making fun of Disney. Y'all, once the episode dropped, it was nothing short of messy, and honestly, people loved to see it. Family Guy's crew went full-on chaos mode, taking direct shots at the massive Disney-Fox merger. In this episode, hilariously titled Disney's The Reboot, the higher-ups, aka Disney, their new overlords decide Family Guy is looking a little dusty and needs a glow-up to fit with today's times. You know, make it all fresh and woke for the kids just like they did with Snow White. So what do? They order not 1, not 2, but 3 ridiculous reboots of the show.
I thought they said it was a couple of tweaks.
Yeah, we're supposed to trust these idiots? That woman has her finger up her nose.
That's still your reflection, Peter.
Oh, she's beautiful.
First up was Family Gal. Yep, they flipped the script and made it all about Lois. Think very on the nose, super pandering, and trying way too hard to be relevant.
Now, as most unfunny women will tell you, women are very funny. That's why our first reboot is built around the very popular Louise.
It's Lois.
Whatever. The mom.
This is our time. This is our moment. This is a short song for syndication. Lois!
Going to work, huh?
Yes, Joe, I'm going to work.
Great! More and more women are doing.
Then they hit us with The Q, their version of a dark, moody teen drama like Riverdale. And last but definitely least, there was After Family Guy, starring the leftover characters who didn't blow up into movie stars. Picture this, Chris was now married to Trisha Takanawa, and they were out here raising Joe. Yeah, it's that kind of wild. But wait, it gets even more chaotic. All these reboot pilots get dragged through the ultimate hell, a focus group. And the Griffins, especially Peter, are mad watching their legacy get picked apart behind the glass. Executive producer Alex Sulkin even teased in an interview a moment when Peter snapped, stormed in, and clapped back at the focus group saying, "I don't get who Family Guy is for." Honestly, Family Guy has always been petty and self-aware, but this episode, this might be their crown jewel of self-owning. Disney reboots. Now, when the show's executive producer was asked how long the Family Guy team took before they decided to come after Disney, he revealed the decision was made just 20 minutes after they learned Disney was going to be their new boss. It just seemed to give new life to an idea of how to make Family Guy fresh, and a new reason to think we'd have the always helpful focus group to guide us. He continued saying we're trying not to fall in love with the new versions of Family Guy that would make us feel like, oh my god, Seth is wrong. We should have done the Q with the teens. It's always fun to have an episode that breaks the fourth wall, Sulkin added. We do that fairly regularly, but we rarely do it sustained for an entire episode. It was fun to be in that space, looking at the show from a different place. Now, while the Disney's the Reboot episode didn't take direct shots at Disney, the message was clear. Family Guy didn't like Disney, and that became more clear as the years went by. You see, Family Guy has always been that wild cousin at the family BBQ, loud, reckless, and absolutely living for the chaos. And even after Disney started cutting their checks, Seth MacFarlane was making it crystal clear he's not here to play nice. Case in point, and that point was proven again after a savage Bart Simpson gag in season 20, episode 8, titled The Birthday Bootlegger. If anyone thought Family Guy was about to get soft because Mickey Mouse was signing their paychecks, well, were they wrong? Because after more than 20 years on air and over 300 episodes deep, Family Guy is still out here pushing buttons like it's day one. Sure, they've been dragged through the mud plenty of times for crossing lines and serving up offensive jokes, but let's keep it real. That's exactly why fans keep coming back. The show revels in the shock factor, and MacFarlane knows that's his bread and butter, and Disney was not on board at all. They were going for the complete opposite. So now, even with Disney lurking in the background, Family Guy doubled down on the edge, throwing shade right under the Mouse House roof. And that Bart gag, just the latest reminder that Seth was not toning down the petty or the punchlines anytime soon. Now this was peak Family Guy energy, y'all. In The Birthday Bootlegger, Seth MacFarlane really let Disney know just because they own the show now doesn't mean they're safe from getting roasted. The scene, pure gold. Stewie lands himself in detention, and who does he see? Bart freaking Simpson, scribbling lines on the chalkboard like it's the 90s all over again. But here's the twist. Bart's line reads, "It's a pleasure to work for the Disney Corporation." Stewie's reaction, iconic. He starts to call it out for the corporate fluff it is with an, "Oh, that is such a load of," but then mid-sentence his voice glitches into Mickey Mouse mode and finishes with, "Truth, a wonderful load of truth."
God, these kids have their teeth! And where are their pacifiers? How do they ever sleep? Detention kids are scary. Especially that fourth grader writing on the board. Oh, that is such a load of truth. A wonderful load of truth.
Like, let's be real, that was Family Guy throwing shade right at the mouse, but wrapping it up just clean enough to slide under the radar. By their standards, it's pretty tame. No chaos, no blood, no offensive meltdown. But the message? Loud and clear. Even with Disney holding the keys, Family Guy is still gonna bite the hand that feeds. See, here's where it gets really interesting. When Disney scooped up Family Guy, they didn't just grab the Griffins, they bagged the Simpsons too. And let's be honest, that move had a lot of folks side-eyeing hard because whenever Disney gets its hands on something, people brace themselves for the Disneyfication effect. You know the drill. Strip away the edge, clean it up, make it all woke, shiny and safe for the whole family. But that's exactly what had fans worried, because Family Guy. That show thrives on being messy, irreverent, and just downright wrong sometimes. That's its whole thing. Now look at The Simpsons. Back in the day, Bart Simpson was the symbol of rebellion. He was the poster child for giving the middle finger to authority, literally and figuratively. But fast forward to now. Even before Disney took over, The Simpsons started feeling softer, safer, almost like it traded in its slingshot and attitude for a cozy blanket and a cup of cocoa. Still iconic, yeah, but let's not pretend it hasn't been defanged a bit. When the whole Disney-Fox merger went down, Seth MacFarlane, king of chaos himself, told Variety he was remarkably unfazed. And honestly, that was low-key his way of letting everyone know Family Guy wasn't about to start playing nice just because Mickey Mouse signs the checks now. And sure enough, seeing them still take jabs at Disney proves that they're not falling for the curse. Unlike The Simpsons, which leans into its comforting familiarity these days, Family Guy survives because it pokes the bear, sometimes literally. If they ever sanitized it, took out the edge, and made it Disney squeaky clean, it'd flop. Hard just like Snow White, but that little Bart gag, that was a power move, a reminder that even inside Disney's shiny, family-friendly empire, there are still little corners throwing punches at the mouse. It's subtle, it's cheeky, but it's enough to let fans know, nah, they're not going out like that, not yet. And now it seems all of Family Guy's predictions about Disney were brought out when the disastrous Rachel Zegler's Snow White hit theaters, and boy did they love to watch it burn and crash. So now it shouldn't come as a surprise to see that Family Guy might be getting ready to rub Rachel Zegler and Disney's face into the disaster that was Snow White. Anyways, what do y'all think? Let me know your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to check out our other videos to ensure you are all up to date with all the latest tea and drama. Till next time, bye.